All right, welcome. We've got a double header going on. We've got Sinner on one court. We've got Swiatek on the other. The top seeds in both this Beijing tournament for the ladies and the men. Swiatek's been put on court number 2. Sinner's playing on center court. Swiatek taking on Osorio. And Sinner's taking on Marozsan. Love 15. As the backhand return goes in from Sinner. Down the line from Sinner goes long, and it's 15-0. This is exactly why he needs practice. Yeah, but I guess, but also like, I don't know. They're just real. I mean, that was, by the way, sorry, that went in by Sinner. I thought that was long. Marozsan hits it out now. It's love 40. I thought Sinner hit the backhand long, but he must have hit the line. All right, love 40. But yeah, Sinner's drop shots are I didn't realize that. I thought they were better. But he's just not hitting them very well. But it doesn't matter. He's still winning at the moment. Love 40. And Marozsan forehand to the forehand of Sinner. The backhand of Marozsan is Sinner with a forehand inside out. Marozsan puts up a lob. And Sinner with a smash. Marozsan gets it back. Then Sinner goes down the line with the backhand, but it's long. And we get to 15-40. Still break point for Sinner. And Sinner serves a fault, second serve. They were great at the French Open and Wimbledon. I don't remember him drop shotting that much at Wimbledon. And his backhand return, the backhand of Marozsan. Marozsan hits a wide, and Sinner gets the break. Sinner with the break. 2-1. Sinner. I also feel it's kind of obvious when he's going to hit a drop shot and it kind of sits up a lot. Well, that's it. So what makes a great drop shot? Some of the things that make a great drop shot, disguise, court positioning is a huge one. So you can hit a drop shot like that if the other guy's, way back behind the baseline, you might get away with it. But you gotta set the shot up. So you can't just hit a drop shot. Your opponent, and also it depends on who you're playing, right? If you're playing someone who's fast, then you have to be even better, right? And Marozsan's not the quickest guy, but it's just not natural for him to hit those shots. Disguise is very important, exactly. And he kind of you can tell. As soon as he hits a drop shot, it's coming. Like, you can tell. You can see that he changes his racket. Like, the grip change is obvious. And then he also gives the ball a little bit too much height, which defeats the drop shot if it gets too deep in the court. So, yeah, there's just a lot of work needed on these shots. Because if he does them against Alcaraz, he'll win 0 points. Because Alcaraz will just run to those and put them away. So there's a lot of improvement on the drop shot in general. There's a lot of things he needs to do better. If he's going to bring that into his weapons. If he's going to use that, And the return goes back into Sinner. Back in now from Marozsan. To the back of Sinner. Sinner in the net. Love 15. But see, I think the more alarming thing, it's not so much that he's trying different things, right? I think the alarming thing we've seen in the last match, and a little bit now, is how many errors he's hitting. like on the routine shots that he wasn't missing, right? The thing that got him to number one wasn't his variety, and it was that he did everything so well, right? He never missed a ball. And it was his consistency. You know, it wasn't like the flashiest game, and it didn't have like, it was pretty predictable, right? He had a predictable style, but he did it so well and at such a high level, and like, it was almost like perfection, right? He played every shot as perfect as you could. That's what got him to where he was. And I get like he feels like his game is too predictable and other players are going to start to figure him out and he doesn't want that. But not many players, only one player's consistently figured him out. And if he loses that consistency and that level because he wants to add a couple of drop shots, and he wants to do some serve volleys, you know, it's like, I don't know. But then again, if you want to win slams, you have to go through Alcaraz. So it's a tricky one. You might be able to beat 99 players out of 100, but you can't beat that one that you need to win the slams, you know. Trying to overcorrect his game. Look, one match in 3 games is so hard to... We can't bait... Look, the first match he played might have been because he hadn't played for a month or like for 3 weeks, right? He might have been rusty in that first round. You know, we don't know. He was playing pretty damn good up until the Alcaraz final. But then again, Alcaraz beat him, right? It wasn't like Sinner played a bad final in America. He got beaten by a guy who was playing crazy, you know. 40-15. Sinner to go to 3-1. Sinner 40-15. All right. Swiatek and Osorio about to start. I'm going to go Swiatek in straights. But let's see what Iga can do. As that goes out by Sinner, 40-30. Sinner to go up 3-1. All right, Swiatek. Lose the first point, 15-love. 15-love. Osorio wins the first point. And Sinner comes in with a forehand. Puts it away. 3-1. 3-1. All right, 3-1. Swiatek wins the second point here, 15-0. Oh, what a return from Sinner. What an angle. All right, love 15. $15-30 Swiatek as she looks to get the break in the first game. Double fault Marijan, love 30. All right, first serve the fault by Osorio, second serve. Double fault Osorio. Swiatek's got break points, 15-40. As Marijan forehand off the tape. Into the corner, Sinner, who hits it wide. 15-30. 15-30. As Osorio forehand to the corner, Swiatek backhand now from Osorio. And Swiatek in the net with the backhand. It's 30-40. All right, Sinner with a chance now to get a double break. 15-40. Marozsan hit it wide. $15.40. Also 30-40 as Osorio survives, gets the deuce. And Sinner, here comes the net, wins the point. And he's up 4-1 with a double break. So again, if he wins, who cares? You know, if he wins, then it doesn't matter. All right. Deuce in the first game of the ladies' match as Swiatek with a 4-1 on the stretch. But it goes out by Osorio. All right, advantage Swiatek. Advantage Swiatek. As Osorio hits it out, Swiatek takes the break. First game of the match. All right. All right. Swiatek with the break. Listen to you while I can't sleep in USA. Fair enough. All right. All right. Sinner 4-1. Double break. And Marozsan comes in and puts it away. Love 15. Love 15. Sinner serves again. Need a fault, second serve. And a double fault Sinner. All right. Love 30. Love 30. Marozsan to get one of these breaks back. Love 30. Sinner comes to the net, puts it away. 15-30. All right, 15-30. Serve again from Sinner. That's a fault. Second serve. By the way, love 40. Chance for Osorio to get back on serve straight away. There's that winner there from Sinner, 30-0. Well, 40, Swiatek with a fault. Second serve. Second serve, Swiatek. As the backhand return goes in back, and Swiatek backhand now from Osorio goes long. 15-40. One saved. 15-40. Swiatek serves again. Another fault, second serve. Swiatek saves two, by the way. 30-40. And Sinner serves to go to 5-1. Serves an ace. All right. 5-1 Sinner. It's crazy how like 20 seconds ago we're talking about how Sinner was struggling. What do you mean struggling? It's 5-1 up. Everything's fine. All right. Five-one Sinner. Swiatek's doing a break point, by the way. 30-40. She comes in with a forehand winner, and Swiatek survives. We get to deuce. All right. Marozsan serving to stay in the set. Love 15. Also Swiatek with their first ace of the day. Advantage Swiatek to go to 2 love. And Sinner with love 30. Love 30 Sinner. As we get a backhand from Sinner down the line. Marozsan forehand in the net. Love 40 Sinner. Love 40. As Marozsan serves a fault. Second serve. Sinner returns into the forehand of Marozsan. Sinner with a forehand wide. And it's 15-40. Set point number 2. As Marozsan backhand, the backhand of Sinner on the stretch. Marozsan, oh, he let it go in. Why did he not hit it? That was in by a mile. I don't know why Marozsan just left that. It was horrible. Horrible from Marozsan. All right. Sinner takes the set 6-1. Cool. So that's why we need to wait for Sinner to play like at least 10 matches before we start talking about how he looks. Because he looks fine now. Okay. 8 winners, 6 errors by Sinner. 2 winners and 9 errors by Marijan. 3 double faults included. Swiatek, by the way, she goes up 2-love. Easy holds, or easy games by Sinner on serve as well. Was only broken the one time. All right. All right, Swiatek 2-love. And love 15. We've got Raducanu taking on Pegula after the Swiatek match. And then later tonight we have Carlos Alcaraz taking on Casper Ruud, which is a very big clash for Ruud especially. All right, nice serve Osorio, 15-30. All right, Sinner, first set, 6-1. Super simple. All right, Swiatek backhand. Into the backhand of Osorio. Backhand from Swiatek to the backhand of Osorio. Osorio hits wide. And it's 15-40. Swiatek for the double break. Now Sinner overhits the forehand after a long rally. Love 15. All right, Swiatek for a double break. As with a forehand rally, now down the line from Swiatek. Back in on the stretch from Osorio. And it goes long. 3-love Swiatek. Swiatek cruising. All right. All right, 15-0. All right. How is Jannik playing today? He's playing better. Definitely playing better than Atman, than he did against Atman. Still not convinced by these drop shots, though. There's still a lot of... still need to be a lot better. But he's only tried one. So we got to keep an eye on it. If that's one of the reasons, and obviously you're not going to drop shot every game, right? Otherwise if you drop shot all the time, then it's not a surprise, right? So yeah. Do you think anyone can beat Alcaraz if he continues playing like this? No. No. I don't think... it's funny because, like... we've been saying this... like, it's been said from, like... I've been saying this since last year, right? If Alcaraz has Sinner's consistency, nobody beats Alcaraz. The only thing Alcaraz... and when I mean consistency, I mean during matches. Not saying he's not consistent, week in, week out, but during matches, if he stays, his level is higher than anybody else. We knew that. Well, we should know that, right? peak Alcaraz is unbeatable. Good serving Sinner 40-30. Like maybe I'm missing something. Like I'm trying to think who beats Alcaraz at the level that he's been showing the last couple of tournaments. When Alcaraz is playing at that level, what chance does anybody have? Sinner holds one love. Because I'm like, it doesn't matter if you have a big serve. It doesn't matter. I mean, nobody hits the ball harder than him right now, right? So, I mean, even if you hit the ball hard, good luck. It's not going to work. Like, who... Not even a brick wall, like, you know, like a Djokovic or a demon or a brick wall would be enough. Because Alcaraz is consistent. He doesn't miss. So, yeah. I mean, there's just no one has shown how to beat that guy or how to compete against that guy. Fritz beat Alcaraz, yes, but Alcaraz definitely wasn't the same guy as he was yesterday or in the final of the US Open, right? So the level that Alcaraz showed against Fritz was not the level that Alcaraz has been showing, right? Fritz played great, by the way, and hopefully we get a rematch, but I don't see anybody beating that Alcaraz. Like, if Alcaraz plays like that, nobody beats him. It's just whether or not he can play like that. You know, that's what he's going to show, right? If he can play like that for a long time, he'll be number one for a long time. And he's already forcing Sinner to have to change, like, second guess. Sinner's been untouchable for months, like, for what? Nearly 2 years, right? This time 2 years ago, Sinner started to become this guy, right? But he's even making that, like, Alcaraz even making that guy second guess whether or not he's good. You're like, why? How? Sinner's been, like, unstoppable bar Alcaraz, right? Except for Alcaraz. Yet Alcaraz's game is even making him question whether or not he can play, that well. Draper would be interesting to play Alcaraz, but also Draper hasn't played this version. This version of Alcaraz is the post-Wimbledon version. Crazy good. Draper hasn't played him. Draper played Alcaraz on a hard court back in March. It's a different guy. All right, 30-15. By the way, Swiatek at a 40-30. As that goes out. Nope, it's a double fault Swiatek. Deuce. If you're Carlos's coach, what elements of his game would you like for him to improve? I mean, you'd have to be pretty happy. I mean, there's not too much that you could pick apart in his game at the moment. I mean, all right. 40-15. There's a bit of fault from Marishan. Second serve. Just level this second set. Swiatek comes to the net with a backhand volley. Lobbed by Osorio, but Swiatek puts away the smash. Advantage Swiatek. You know what I would be very interested to see? And I don't know how you would do this and if anybody's game enough to do it. But, like, nobody's tried to make Alcaraz angry. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, because he's such a great, nice person, right? Everyone's so friendly, and everyone loves him, and he loves everybody, and like. But I wonder if like a strat would be, I don't know how you would do it. Yeah, how do you make him angry? I don't know, but like, what if you got him pissed off? Would that work? I don't know. We haven't seen it. I don't know how you would do it. Like maybe it makes it worse. Maybe he gets better. You know what I mean? Like, make him angry. How do you make Alcaraz angry? Because then maybe he gets annoyed. How do you annoy him though? Like, nobody's tried to do that because everybody's so nice and respectful, and as they should be, because Alcaraz is a nice guy. Like, what could you do, or how could you even? Why would you even try and do that? Like Tsitsipas when he smacked the ball at Alcaraz that one time in that match that I can't remember. Like, it was like Monte Carlo or Madrid, or was it, or Miami maybe? I can't remember. But like, if somebody could just, maybe that's something you could try. Try and get him angry. I don't know, but how do you do that? You know, how do you do that? Oh, was it Barcelona? It was in Barcelona, yeah. And look, it might be a bad idea because he might get better if he's angry, right? Like Djokovic, right? You piss him off, it's a bad thing. But then again, maybe he gets a little annoyed and then he loses focus because he's angry. I don't know. We haven't seen that though. I don't know how you would do that, and I don't know where you would start to do that, but maybe you try some like gamesmanship. Maybe you do some stalling tactics, right? I don't know. I don't know how you would do it. I don't know if it would work. But it's something that no one has attempted. Hey, look, if this guy's unstoppable, you got to try something like that. I'll tell you who could do it though. Maybe Rune. But then Rune and Alcaraz get along so well, so I don't know if Rune. I feel like Rune's the type of guy that would do it though. He would try it. He would try somehow to get Alcaraz angry. I don't know. Again, I don't know how you would do it though. But it's something that you're not going to beat him by playing tennis against him, right? You're going to have to beat him by somehow getting in his head. Somehow maybe trying to, piss him off somehow. I don't know how you do it though. I don't know how you would do it. And it doesn't even know if it's going to work, right? I mean, Alcaraz might just be like, I don't get bothered by this, right? We need like a Stepanek, right? Like Radek Stepanek, who used to come in and just piss people off. Or like Russell. Remember how Russell pissed off Nadal? Like that sort of guy? Like someone like that. Or a Soderling. You need someone like that who's just who just is going to be... I don't know what they're going to do. I don't know how they do it. But that's what we're coming to, right? We're coming to psychological games at this point. And that might not even work. By the way, tomorrow, Sinner's playing De Minaur in the afternoon, which is about this time tomorrow. Swiatek is not playing tomorrow. All right, Sinner's 2-1. Swiatek, by the way, 5-love. 5-0. Mute might try. I mean, yeah, maybe Mute. But yeah, you know what I'm getting at though, because if Alcaraz is playing well, no one's beating him. No one's going to beat him at that level, right? So you're going to have to do something different or place. I don't know. Somehow you got to get under his skin. Somehow, and I don't even know if that's possible. But if it is possible, are people going to have the balls to do it? Because you're going to have to, it's like, oh, well, I could do this and it will really annoy him, but I also don't want to, I like him, Alcaraz is Mr. Nice Guy, right? Everybody loves Alcaraz. I don't know. It's just it's the only thing we haven't seen, right? We haven't seen anyone try that. So that's why I'm like, it might not work, but it also might be worth a try, especially if you feel like, well, I can't beat him with ground strokes, so I might as well try and get in his head. However they do that, however that is. I don't know, but something to think about. And he always accept the fact that at the end of the day, it's just a game. Life moves on. True. Anyways, 15 love as Marijan tries to level the second. 30 love. Kick his water bottles over. Yeah, it's almost, and that's the thing. Like you need to like. I mean, you don't want to see disrespect between players, but who's the player that's going to like not respect Alcaraz and then show like they're going to take a lot of shit from his fans and the people in tennis because people are going to be angry that he's not, that whoever tries this or does this against Alcaraz is going to be seen as the bad guy. So it's somebody who's going to have to like accept that they're not going to be liked by doing whatever that they do. But like they almost need to like disrespect him. I don't even know how they would though. Like, I know Alcaraz is your idol, but I would not say he is unbeatable. I can't read. But Alcaraz is unbeatable. Besides losing to Fritz at the Laver Cup. Osorio did an underarm serve. Gone off with a medical timeout. Wake up. Yeah, she's having a medical timeout. It's 5-love. Yeah, Kyrgios. Nick Kyrgios. We need a Nick Kyrgios type. But he would not Kyrgios. I don't think Kyrgios right now because he's not 100%. But somebody who's got that Nick Kyrgios type of style. Like that, like again, like that's how Kyrgios beat Nadal and Djokovic by playing that kind of like, I don't care who you are kind of thing, like I'm not scared of you and, I don't care what you've done, right? Your achievements are nothing to me. So, yeah. But I don't know if there's anyone like that. I don't think there's anyone like that. All right. I love 30. Chance for Marijan to break here as that goes out on the return from Marijan, 15-30. Maybe like underarm serves. Yeah, maybe. Just anything that would, like stalling, like making Alcaraz wait to serve. Like, just like there's a lot of little gamesmanship things that they could try. Again, it's worth a shot, right? But again, who's going to do it and will they do it? Are they game enough? 15-30. And Sinner serves the backhand of Marijan. Forehand now from Sinner to the forehand of Marijan. Sinner with the backhand. As we get another forehand from Sinner. Marijan goes again. The backhand of Sinner. The backhand of Marijan. Sinner with a forehand. Winner down the line. Beautiful shot, Sinner. 30 all. 30 all. All right. 5 love Swiatek. Osorio just had a medical timeout. You know who I would really want to see play Alcaraz right now and in the next couple of weeks? Shelton. A healthy Shelton. Not that Shelton would be disrespectful to Carlos, but I don't think he would fear Carlos. Plus, he'd also back himself with his big serve and his big game against Alcaraz. So I'd really be keen to see Shelton. I don't think Shelton will beat Alcaraz, especially if Alcaraz plays anywhere near the way he's played. But I really think that is something that I want to see. Because I don't really want to see any... I mean, look, yeah, we want the rematch with Alcaraz and Fritz just to see if, what happened in the Labour Cup happens anymore. But I think the only guy that because no more Draper. Draper's gone for the year, right? The only guy in the top 10 that I want to see play Alcaraz is Shelton. If Draper was still around, I'd say Draper and Alcaraz. I'd love to see that match as well. But the only guy I really want to see play Alcaraz now is Shelton. Because he has got the firepower that could make it interesting. But again, is that enough? We've seen players with big serves not really do much anyway. I don't know. So I want to see Shelton Alcaraz. It's like either... Well, it's going to be on the indoor courts, right? Because unless they play in Shanghai next week, which I don't think they will until the final, which is unlikely, I would love to see them play before the end of the year. Because that could be interesting. But again, if Alcaraz plays the way he's been playing, I don't see how Shelton wins. But I would love to see Shelton have a healthy Shelton play. Battle that, take on Alcaraz and see how he goes. All right, Swiatek 30-15. 2 points away from a bagel. All right, Sinner as well, 3-2 in the second. In my opinion, if Alcaraz gets angry, he'll be sharper and match will be over. But that's what you want to happen. You hope that happens, but that doesn't happen to everybody. Again, when do we see Alcaraz angry? So if Alcaraz gets angry, he might, again, no idea because we've never seen it. But if Alcaraz gets angry, there's a chance that he might overplay. He might be too aggressive, because he's pissed off. He's trying to do too much, We don't know, though, because we've never seen it. But everybody hopes that their favorite player, when they get angry, would play better. But that doesn't always happen. Sometimes when people get angry, they play silly. They do stupid things. They get tilted, right? They make mistakes because they're not thinking straight. That's what I'm getting at with somehow trying to make Alcaraz angry, or at least trying to get in his head. You would hope that if Alcaraz got angry, he would get better, but it doesn't always happen that way, which is why I'm saying, hey, whoever it is, whoever's out there and can figure it out and how to do it, try it and see what happens. And if it works, more people are going to... There's going to be a chink in the armor. There's something. And it can't be just when Alcaraz is not playing well and not interested, right? There's always going to be something that someone's going to figure out how to do something. Anyways, Osorio cannot break. We'll get to deuce. All right, deuce as Swiatek serves again. But we'll see. Maybe there's another way, a tactical way that you can beat Alcaraz, but I don't see it. At the moment, I don't see it. As that goes out by Swiatek. No, it goes in by Swiatek down the line. All right, advantage Swiatek to take the first set. Beautiful forehand winner. Advantage Swiatek. Serve to the front of Osorio. Back in Swiatek. Osorio slice. Goes wide, and Swiatek takes the first 6 love. Nice work from Swiatek. Carlos is like Nadal. He plays his best tennis when he's angry. Again, we don't know that. Give me an example of when... Okay. Give me an example when Alcaraz has been pissed off and angry and he's played better than ever before. Because I haven't seen, I don't know. Maybe I missed one. I feel like Alcaraz's best tennis is when he's playing, having fun. Like, and he's kind of carefree. I haven't seen Alcaraz play angry enough to know if it's better or worse than his best. But I don't. Give me an example of when he's played angry and played his best. Because maybe I missed it. We saw him like at the Olympics, he was mainly faulted himself. That's. US Open final? You think Alcaraz was angry in the US Open final? There's a reason why Carlos is called the smiling assassin. Exactly. He's happy. He plays his best tennis when he's happy. Please move on. Oh, Polo. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry we're not talking about what you want to talk about. What do you want to talk about? 3-3. 17th bagel for Swiatek this year. Wild. Enough of Carlos? Oh, fine. Fine. I don't want to talk about the best player on the planet anyway. Love 15. I don't want to talk about the best player in the world anyway. Who cares? Love. 6 love Swiatek, by the way. Very quick set. All right. Sinner love 15. With a backhand rally. Marichan backhand down the line to the forehand of Sinner. Sinner shanks it and it's love 30. Love 30. If you don't want to talk about Alcaraz, then come back later when we watch him. I'm going to talk about whoever I want to talk about. Whatever I want to talk about, all right? I'm talking about Alcaraz because I want to talk about Alcaraz. Come back and watch Raducanu in like an hour. I love 30. That goes now by Marichan, 15-30. Sinner's trolling? How? I love 30 Swiatek, by the way. Watching for Riyadh. Hey, what's up? As we double fault from Osorio, love 40. Osorio retires. Swiatek wins. Swiatek gets the win. Osorio unable to continue. I think she's got like a right like abdominal strain. So she's really struggling to serve. So that's a shame. Swiatek wins. She'll play Navarro in a couple of days. That's a shame. A lot of players retiring today. 3 retirements today already. Man, that's a shame. But Swiatek will take on Navarro in a couple of days. Sinner, by the way, lovely lob. Great defense from Sinner. 30 all. Great lob. All right, 30 all. Sinner serves again. Serve an ace down the tee. That's more like it. And it's 40-30. All right, we're going to merge the streams in a second just to make it easier for me. And then we've got Raducanu Pagula coming up pretty soon as well. After this, Hopefully Sinner's match is done before they start. 40-30. All right, Swiatek will take on Navarro in a couple of days. As Sinner holds 4-3. All right, if you want to keep watching the Sinner match, jump on over. If you want to keep talking about Alcaraz, jump on over. I'm not done yet. But Swiatek wins straight sets. Unfortunately, Osorio got injured and had to retire. But Swiatek into the fourth round of Beijing.